Good morning, students. Yes, my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
So today we will discuss about the enhancement in frequency domain. Enhancement in the frequency domain. So in the previous class, we have discussed about the enhancement in the spatial domain method. Spatial domain. In that spatial domain, the basic principle of the spatial domain is, so we are directly operating on the pixels. That means the pixel manipulation. Direct pixel manipulation is applying in the spatial domain method. Now, in that spatial domain method, we have used other kinds of techniques like mean, max filters or median filters. Then similarly, low pass filters or high pass filters. So these are all directly affecting or directly considering on the pixels only. So in this frequency or in these operations, we are going to enhancing the image smoothing, and removal of noise. These two factors is obtained by direct manipulation of pixels. But now coming to the frequency domain method, the basic principle of the frequency domain method is it is an straightforward method. Straightforward method. That means in this technique, we simply compute the Fourier transformation. Compute the Fourier transformation of the image to be enhanced and multiply the result by a filter transfer function and take the inverse transform to produce an enhanced image. But in the spatial domain method, directly we have considered any size of the matrix, either our mask. That mask is a smaller mask, that is 3 by 3 or 5 by 5 mask, that you have to consider any mask and then you have to apply that. But in the frequency domain method, we cannot directly operating on the pixel. So we have to apply a Fourier transformation to the original image, and after applying the Fourier transformation, then you have to apply a filter transfer function. Then after the filter transfer function, apply the inverse transformation. After applying the inverse transformation, then you will get the enhanced image. That means in a simple block diagram, representation of this enhancement method is f of x comma y is your input image. Now this input image is applied to the pre-processing applying to the pre-processing. And after pre-processing, what is the pre-processing? If any noise is presented, that is the major noise is presented, then it will removing by the pre-processing. The major noise is appeared in an image, that major components is removed in the pre-processing. Now after the pre-processing, what is the first step? Apply the Fourier transformation. Apply the Fourier transform. Now after applying the Fourier transformation, then you have to find f of u comma v. So this is an input image f of x comma y. The Fourier transform is f of u comma v. Now here you will get the Fourier transform of an input image f of x comma y. Now after applying the Fourier transformation, then you have to apply filter function or a transfer function. That filter function is h of u comma v. H of u comma v. Now you have to select the transfer function or a filter function. Now after this filter function, then what you will get here? A filter transfer function h of u comma v into f of u comma v. Convolution of f of u comma v and h of u comma v. Okay. Then after that, what is the next step? Apply the inverse Fourier transform. After the inverse Fourier transformation, here is used pre-processing. Now here you have to use post-processing. You have to use the post-processing, and after that you will get g of x comma y. It is an enhanced image. So this is what we are going to considering in the frequency domain method. In the spatial domain method, these are the steps are not there. Directly you have to take the any kind of mask, either 3 by 3 or 5 by 5, take the mask, the smaller size, and you have to take the entire image. That is directly operating on the pixels. But in the frequency domain method, it is not a direct operation. It is an indirect operation. Indirect operations means, let us consider the input image f of x comma y and apply the pre-processing, and after applying the pre-processing, you have to apply the Fourier transform. The Fourier transform of f of x comma y is an f of u comma v. Now here you will get the Fourier transform. Now after this Fourier transform function, then you have to apply to the appropriate filters. So that filter function is h of u comma v. So after the filter function with the transfer function, that is the Fourier transform, then convolution, you will get it here. Now after getting the filter function and the Fourier transform, afterwards you have to apply the inverse Fourier transformation. Then pre-processing is nothing but post-processing, and then g of x comma y. So now you will get the finally enhanced image. So this is what we are going to processing in the frequency domain method. But what is the problem in the frequency domain method? Right? So this is a simple method, but what is the complexity while we are applying the frequency transform method? So simply we compute the Fourier transformation of an image to be enhanced and multiply the filter transfer function and take the inverse transformation, and then finally it will produce the enhanced image. The frequency domain concept is essential to the solution for many problems. The frequency domain method is giving the best solutions for many problems, and it is necessary to understand the frequency domain method and for various applications, and not easily addressed by the spatial domain. But in the spatial domain is not easily we can obtain that the comparison with the spatial and frequency. The homomorphic filtering approaches and segmentation techniques are also available in the frequency domain method. Then coming to the first one, that is, what is the major problem in this one? Applying the Fourier transform, right? And h of u comma v, that is filter, then I of t, then g of x comma y. Now this is f of x comma y. F of x comma y. Simple. Now already we know that what is Fourier transform, how we can apply to that Fourier transformation directly we can able to apply. And the major difficult in the frequency domain method is how do you select a filter? Filter selection is not easy. Simply because we have to apply that Fourier transformation for any images. After getting the Fourier transformation, then the major difficulty in the frequency domain is the selection of the filters. Which filter is suitable to remove the blurring or noises? The selection of the filter is an important in the frequency domain method. Once you know the filter, which filter is suitable for that particular application, then we can able to apply directly. So depending on the applications, you have to select filters. So the major problem in the frequency domain method is the appropriate selection of the filters. Once you have selected the filter, then we can able to enhance and easily. This is what we are going to apply in the frequency domain method. The major difficulty is the selection of the filters. Okay, now this filters, now the first one is discussing with low pass filter, low pass filtering. Okay, now in that low pass filters, edges and other sharp details. In the low pass filter, the low pass filter is using to detect edges and other sharp details. Other sharp details such as noise. In the gray levels of an image contribute significantly to the high frequency components of its Fourier transform. The low pass filters are using to detect the edges and other sharp details. Here the blurring is nothing but smoothing. Blurring other sharp details or blur details, that is you have to find out the noises. So blurring is nothing but it is in smoothing the images. So wherever the noise is presented, that noise is in the smoothing. So that is reducing that one. So blurred. So blur is nothing but it is in noisy. So the blurring is achieved in the frequency domain by altering a specified range of frequency components in the transformation for a given image. Now that filter is given as G of u comma v is equals to h of u comma v into f of u comma v. Now this is an frequency domain method. So f of x comma y is the Fourier transform, then you will get f of u comma v. So the input image is applying the Fourier transformation, then you will get f of u comma v. Now this is a frequency domain. Now similarly the filter is also frequency domain. The obtained filter is also a frequency domain. So this equation is called a frequency domain representation. The frequency domain representation, isn't it? So this equation is indicated in the frequency domain. The problem is to select a filter transfer function. That is only one problem. So the problem selection of filter transfer function. Okay. Now let us consider a filter transfer function. Let us consider a filter transfer function that affects the real and imaginary parts of f of u comma v. Let us consider the filter transfer function that affects the real and imaginary parts of f of u comma v in exactly the same manner. Such a filters are referred to as zero phase filter. Okay, so let us consider a filter transfer function that affects the imaginary part of f of u comma v is exactly the same manner. In such a filters are referred a zero phase shift filter because they do not alter the phase of the transfer function. Now coming to this block diagram, what is the final conclusion of this one? The first step, an input image f of x comma y of size m into n. Now we can select any size of input image f of x comma y, and then this f of x comma y, finding the Fourier transform, that is -1 to the power x plus y, then you will get f of u comma v. Then after that, this f of u comma v convolution with h of u comma v, this one, and then fourth step, apply inverse Fourier transform, and then finally g of x comma y enhanced image. Okay, now this is about the low pass filter. Now the second one is ideal low pass filtering. That is low pass filter, and second one is ideal low pass filter. Now in that ideal low pass filter, a two-dimensional ideal low pass filter is one and whose transfer function satisfy the relation h of u comma v is equals to 1 if d of u comma v is less than or equal to d naught, 0 if d of u comma v is greater than d naught. An ideal low pass filter, a two-dimensional ideal low pass filter is one and whose transfer function satisfies the relation. Now this is the transfer function of the ideal low pass filter, where D naught is equals to, or D naught is the specified non-negative quantity, and D of u comma v, this one, D of u comma v is the distance from a point u comma v to the origin, and D of u comma v is defined as u square plus v square to the power 1 by 2. So distance of the point is defined with respect to the u comma v and to the origin, that is D of u comma v is equal to u square plus v square to the power 1 by 2. Now in that case, now I will show you that one presentation. Right now the first one is an ideal low pass filter, or it is an low pass filter. The low pass filter is nothing but image smoothing, and high pass filter is called as image sharpening. Okay, so image smoothing is nothing but low pass filter, and sharpening is nothing but it is a high pass filter. Now coming to the image smoothing filters, now what we are defining, I have defined a transfer function, that is h of u comma v is equals to 1, then d of u comma v is less than or equal to d naught. Otherwise, if it is 0, then d of u comma v is greater than d naught. That means within this range only, not greater than this. Now that is within is nothing but within this value. Inside this, because we have defined that this is 0 origin with respect to the d naught. So with respect to this d point, okay, and within this only it will allows the low frequency component that it attenuates the high frequency. Now other all it is attenuating the, now these are all an high frequency component. It attenuates all the high frequency components. Now what is this? A perspective plot of ideal low pass transfer function or an ideal filter, and this is B is in this one. It displayed as an image. It is a perspective plan, 3D. Okay, and this is nothing but cross section, cross a filter radial cross section. Okay, now in that case, the ideal filter indicates that all frequencies inside a circle of a value of or within a radius of d naught, are passed with no attenuation, whereas all frequency outside this circle are completely attenuated. Now from the diagram of C, it shows that the complete filter transfer function can then be generated by rotating the cross section with an 360 degrees. Now suppose 0 and D naught. So this is point and rotate in 360 degrees. Now this one. So this is called an 360 degrees rotation within a radii of D naught. A radii of D naught. So the cross section represents the complete filter transfer function can then be generated by rotating the cross section of 360 degrees about the origin. Now for an ideal low pass filter cross section, the point of a transfer section, that is a point of transfer function h of u comma v, h of u comma v is equals to 1 and h of u comma v is equal to 0. So this is 0 and this is 1 only. So h of u comma v is equals to 1 and h of u comma v is equals to 0 is often called cutoff frequencies. Is often called a cutoff frequencies. What is meant by the cutoff frequency? The cutoff frequency concept is quite useful in specifying a filter characteristics. It also serves as a common base for comparing the behavior of different types of filters. Cutoff frequency is nothing but it will represent with the same manner, but how it is representing that it indicates the behavior of n filters. The sharp cutoff frequencies of an ideal low pass filter cannot be redesigned or cannot be realized. The sharp cutoff frequencies of an ideal low pass filter cannot be realized with an electronic components, but it can be simulated in a computer only. But it can simulated in a computer only. Students, any questions? Yes, any doubt?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now, in that ideal low pass filter, the blurring and ringing properties of ideal low pass filter can be easily explained with reference to the convolution theorem. While we are applying this point, and if you are representing in a frequency, so for example, if it is in the frequency representation, frequency means in a complete image, if you are calculating, if the center of the point, so center of the points is nothing but like this, it is an rings, because this is nothing but the magnitude, or it is an focusing on the frequency component. So that means it represent all in a rings. The maximum number of rings are presented in the ideal low pass filter. This cannot be realized. The blurred images or the ringing properties of ideal low pass filter can be easily explained with the reference to the convolution theorem. The use of convolution theorem, it leads to the following expressions in the spatial domain, that is g of x comma y is equals to h of x comma y convolution with f of x comma y, where h of x comma y is the inverse Fourier transform of the filter transfer function h of u comma v. Then the shape of h of u comma v is depends on the radius. Now this is depend on d naught. The shape of the h of x comma y, it depends on the radius of the transfer function. in the frequency domain. Suppose if here consider the D naught, suppose if you are considered as D naught here, then what happened here? If the D naught is considered here, then with respect to this, then you have to consider this one. So it is almost all, it will cover the entire image. Then finally what happened? When D naught, that is the radiance, is increases, then obviously the number of rings in the region is also increases, and thus it producing more finely spaced rings and less blurring. So these are all points are going to taking all zooming, then obviously this rings is disappeared. These rings are disappear. That means it is smoothening. So within this is nothing but expanding for this one. Expanding to is nothing but it's a blurring and expanding to the entire image. Therefore, as the radiance of D naught is increases, the number of rings in the region is also increases. And this producing more finely spaced rings and less blurring is appeared when D naught is increases. If D naught is less, then it will appear the ringing artifacts. If D naught is outside, this is specified as D naught. Now this region, D naught is outside the domain. Then what happened? The f of u comma v is no filtering at all, because the condition is h of u comma v is equals to 1 if d of u comma v is less than or equal to d naught only. 0, d of u comma v is greater than d naught. That means 0. So 0 is nothing but what is that? There is no frequency or there is no filtering at all. Then what to do? If beyond this, then what is the next level? That next, beyond this radiance, if you want to use and filter the functions, then you better to go for an Butterworth filters. Go for an Butterworth filters. Now the Butterworth low pass filter. A Butterworth low pass filter. Now a Butterworth low pass filter, the same thing. A two-dimensional Butterworth low-pass filter is a function on whose transfer function is specifies the relationship h of u comma v is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus d of u comma v divided by d naught to the power 2n. Now this is representing with the order of the filter. Order n of the filter is defined as h of u comma v is equal to 1 by 1 plus d of u comma v divided by d naught whole to the power 2n. The Butterworth filter of order n and with the cutoff frequency locus at a distance d naught from the origin is defined. Suppose if it is n equals to 1, order of the filter n equals to 1. Now this is this one. N equals to 2. Now it is decreased. 2. Now again it is 3. Then again it is going to decreases. 4. Again it is going to be decreases. So the order of the filter is goes on decreases, then it is act as a ideal low pass filter. When n is increases, then it acts as an low pass filter. It acts as a low pass filter. Unlike the ideal low pass filter and Butterworth low pass filter transfer function does not have a sharp discontinuities that establish a clear cutoff between the passed and filtered frequencies. So the filters with the same transfer function defining a cutoff locus at a point which h of u comma v is down to a certain fraction of its maximum value is customary. That means under these conditions, if it is goes on increases, both are the same, means what we are doing is now we are going to modifying the Butterworth filter. Modifying the Butterworth filter is the maximum value is 1. But here we are considering that the maximum value is going to reducing to 0.5. The maximum value is going to reduce. Now, in such a case, h of u comma v is nothing but 1. Now, we are not considered as 1. So, it is 0.5. That means down at 50% from its maximum value of 1. When d of u comma v is equals to d naught. So one value is d of u comma v is equals to d naught, and other value commonly used as 1 by root 2 of the maximum value of h of u comma v. Now h of u comma v, now this is 0.5, but in the d of u comma v is equal to d naught, and h of u comma v is going to reduce into 1 by root 2. After the modification of this Butterworth filter, now the modification h of u comma v is equals to 1 divided by 1 plus, what is that maximum? Root 2 minus 1. That is a maximum of d of u comma v divided by d naught to the power 2n. That means 1 divided by 1 plus root 2 minus 1, 0.414 into d of u comma v divided by d naught to the power 2n, h of u comma v. Now this is the modified Butterworth filter. So that is why it is getting that the clear discontinuities. It is a smoothing the image. You can see here the complete white, so it is in smooth values. Then this is a 3D perspective. A 3D perspective. So these are the two or three methods are using in the image smoothing. So one is low pass filter, ideal low pass filter, Butterworth low pass filter, and we have another method is also Gaussian method, but this is not there in our syllabus. So we are considering only these three. So if low pass filter, then go for an ideal low pass filter. If it is not satisfied, then go for a Butterworth filter. Then it is not satisfied, then go for a Gaussian filter. So Gaussian filter will give the better results. Gaussian filter always will give a better result when compared to this one. Okay. Now you can see here the spatial representation of Butterworth low pass filters of order 1, 2, 5, 20. And corresponding gray level profiles through the center of the filters, and all filters have the cutoff frequency of 5. Note that the ringing increases as the function of filter order increases. N goes on increases. Ringing is also goes on increases. Now this is a small point. Now we can see here it is expanded here. So smoothing that entire image. But here it is not smoothing. So order of the filter is increases, then the ringing is also increases. Right? Now we can see here another one is Gaussian filter. So that Gaussian filter, the same function we are applied here. Now what is that? All the filter values are represented like this only with an order of 4. But what is that one here? You can see here. Then if goes on, decreases, then you can come here. This point only. Right? The Gaussian low-pass filter, now we can see here with the representation. A representation of Gaussian low-pass filter transfer function and filter displayed as a image and filter radial cross-section for various values of D0. Now this is about the Gaussian filters. Now we can take one example, sharpening of the filters. Now go for a next one is sharpening. Image sharpening. So basically, and images can be blurred. Images can be blurred by attenuating the high frequency components of its Fourier transform, because edges and other abrupt changes in gray levels are associated with only high frequency components. Therefore, the image sharpening can be achieved in the frequency domain by high pass filters only. If you want to see that the sharpness, then that is only possible with an high pass filters. If you want to see that image smoothing, then it will achieve by using only the low pass filters. So by using the low pass filter, image smoothing is obtained. By using the high pass filter, image sharpening is obtained. Now coming to the ideal high pass filter. A ideal high pass filter. A two-dimensional ideal high pass filter is one and whose transfer function is satisfies the relationship h of u comma v is equals to, then what is it? The opposite of the low pass filter. The opposite of the ideal low pass filter is called as the ideal high pass filter. So h of u comma v is equals to 0 if d of u comma v is less than or equal to d naught, and 1 if d of u comma v is greater than d naught. It is an exact inverse operation of low pass filter. What is d naught? D naught is the cutoff distance measured from the origin, and d of what is d of u comma v? D of u comma v is equal to u square plus v square to the power 1 by 2. Okay. Now in such a case, ideal high pass filter, h of u comma v, but in the low pass filter now we can observe here h of u comma v is equals to 1. What is that condition? If d of u comma v less than d naught. 0 if d of u comma v is greater than d naught. So exactly inverse operation of the low pass filter. It is called an ideal low pass high pass filter. Now we can see here in original image the results of ideal high pass filtering with an image of A original image and with D naught 15, D naught 30 and 80. So the problem with ringing are quite evidence in A and B. Now we can compare A and B. The blurring and ringing artifacts, right? The same exactly you can see here the differences. What we are going to observing in the image smoothing in the ideal high pass filters. If you have understood that the ideal low pass filter, then it is an exactly an inverse operation. Now coming to the next one, the Butterworth low pass filter. What is this one here? H of u comma v is equals to 1 divided by 1 plus d of u comma v divided by d naught to the power 2n. That is for ideal, that is Butterworth low pass filter. But what is this here? 1 by 1 plus this opposite. D naught divided by d of u comma v to the power 2n. That means exactly the inverse operation of the Butterworth filter in the low pass filter. So the transfer function of Butterworth filter, Butterworth high pass filter of an order n and with the cutoff frequency locus at a distance of d naught from the origin is defined as h of u comma v is equal to this function, where d of u comma v is nothing but u square plus v square to the power 1 by 2. When d of u comma v is equals to d naught and h of u comma v is equals to 1 by 2 of its maximum value. Take the half of the value. Take and half of the value. Then what is that representation of high pass filter? Isn't it? Now 1 and 0.5, this is h of u comma v. And what is this one? D of u comma v by d naught. This one. Sorry, d naught by d of u comma v. So what it indicates? In case of Butterworth low pass filter, a common practice is to select the cutoff frequency locus at a point for which h of u comma v is down to 1 by root 2 of its maximum value. Then the equation 1 is easily modified to satisfy this constraint by using the following h of u comma v. Now we can same thing. What finally will get the equation? H of u comma v is equals to 1 divided by 1 plus root 2 minus 1 into this function. That is 1 by 1 plus, what is this value? Root 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1 plus 0.414 into this function. As in high frequency components are amplified to a certain value that are higher than its original transformation is called as high frequency emphasis. A high frequency emphasis means a high frequency components are amplified or amplification of the high frequency components to values that are higher than the original transformation, then it is called an high frequency emphasis. A high frequency emphasis preserves the low frequency components. High frequency emphasis is preserves the low frequency components. And the proportionality larger high frequency terms tends to obstruct the results, obscure the result. Then what is that? The histogram equalization is an ideal or suitable for this purpose. Need to preserve the low frequency and apply the high frequency, then you better to select histogram equalization. So this is using and Butterworth filters are using an high frequency emphasis. High frequency emphasis, it will preserve the low frequencies, but this is not suitable for this value. When keeping that, preserving the low frequency and sharpening the images, better to select, and histogram equalization will gives the better result when compared to this one. When compared to this, will give the better results in histogram equalization method. So anybody, any questions? Yes, any questions? Anyone? Yes, all of you understood? Yes, please. Any questions? Do you understood all the topic? What is image smoothing and image sharpening? Yes, students, any questions? Yes, please respond. Anyone? No questions? Students all are presented or not? So any questions related to the frequency domain methods? Why no one is responding?
Sir, clear, sir.
Clear only, sir.
Okay. Now next class we will discuss third unit. Okay. Otherwise, by Monday, I will conduct multiple choice questions because second unit is completed. So after completion of the unit, now I would like to conduct one test. Okay. All of you please prepare.
Sir, can you please forward the PDF, sir? It's Unit 2.
You want that PDF?
Yes, sir, we need, sir.
Okay. So I will upload in the code now.
Yeah, sir, uploaded, sir. There is no PDF for second unit.
Okay, I will upload the second unit and you please go through that second unit and you have to prepare for that exam. So Monday I will conduct that second unit exam. Okay. So now today I'm going to stop the session and Monday I will continue the third chapter. Thank you. Yeah, please post today's attendance.
Yes, sir.